SMG Wolf Gang.
Royal shooters. Bow. Alpha Wolf, Lil Dre. Hey yo, Alex. Get him. I'm a fly nigga. Wonder how I get so fly. 187 on this beat. It's the homicide. Royal shooters. We up like a pterodactyl. They washed up. Old news. Only the family matters.
Splatter. That be your face. Black matter. Rattlesnake pins as the rats fucking gather. Platter will unleash the feast in the jungle, bitch. We're the ancient beast, roaring through the streets like a T-Rex on the prowl. Making noise, we do them foul. In the chaos with primal instinct, we'll make you see. We don't fall back, cause bitch, we in the motherfucking lead. So take a seat. In the heart of the scene, we roll with kings and queens, unity. Best believe the pack's so big, bitch, we get unity. Yeah, they be talking about me, they're like, who that be? Don't you know that's Queen G? Yeah, if you step up on our street, we'll even a score. And from the shadows, we emerge with a primal roar. And no chains can bind us, no walls can contain. We the OG fam, bitch, we bringing the pain. Stand the fuck up. Shout out to the fam, you know what's up. Queen G out this motherfucking bitch. Now go suck a motherfucking dick.
Don't listen when I speak, they running they beak. They predator or prey, no time for the weak. I hustle every day of the week when I move my feet 10 toes to the concrete. Gotta make sure that my dogs eat. Y'all be goofy like a Hutch and Starsky. I got more buzz than a bar scene. Royal shooters is a motherfucking army. You know I'ma eat like I'm starving. Y'all better salute me like a sergeant. I would not fall victim to extortion. Don't wanna blow this out of proportion. Better cancel y'all like abortion. Abduct yo bitch like a Martian. Black eyed peas, let's get shit started. Move out my way if my dogs are barking. Left to the right, right to the left. If y'all didn't know, I'll be fresh to death. Girl, you need a tic-tac to hide that breath. Alex J in the spot, yo, fuck the rest. It's a freestyle, get it off of my chest. I'm going green mile when I zap you to death. Put the pep in your step, I'll be repping the best. Got my pocket aces that I kept in the deck. These motherfuckers better show me respect. When I'm done with my victim, you gon' be next. My flow complex and erects. Your girl texts me for the sex. She got no throat reflex, so she could suck it. And all the haters as well. Boy.
Check it. I'm high as a pterodactyl, you fixed on an axle. And every time I come around, they always trying to battle. The haters always in they bag, satchel by the saddle. I'm just gon' fuck around and kill them, this no accidental. I'm blunted motherfucker, that means that I own this airspace. And if you come around, you will go down, I got no staircase. 3-piece to the teeth, in a moment you will go beneath. Maybe you will learn your lesson, never be fucking with me. Killing no prehistoric, and my flow be hydrochloric. All your bullshit be rhetoric, you live your bum life like metaphoric. OC Kush, I'm taking off, you took some shots, shake them off. And when I'm coming for the top spot, everybody's breaking off, bitch.
Bitch, I'm busting out.
I hope getting this money with this my problem. Just doing my thing, nigga, that's no problem. We ain't talking no shit if it's not about dollars. Can't buy that shit now, wait till tomorrow. I'm high like a spaceship, can't see the bottom. Bad ass bitch with me, shit my. Got ice in my cup, cause I'm about to pop a bottle. Don't tell me this bitch if you don't swallow. Watch me run on the track like a jogger. Kill this shit, shout out, that's no problem. Tell the fuck a bitch, I'ma think she robbed. Want them bitch, I'ma think Bill Bob. I keep that steel in my hand, king off. My pockets on money, yeah, from the park. I ain't even write this shit, who the arc? Get up on the crane, this bitch like a starter. Bite me go in, fuck it up, go hard. Shout about the Hellcat, nigga, fuck a charge. Get them cutting up like a motherfucking bar. If you the next head, yeah, nigga, I'm in charge. You say you getting bread, don't make me come rob. Eat on the beat, yeah, nigga, I'm starved. You say you want smoke, well, nigga, no problem. I got my ear to the street like the beat on repeat. I'm a G-O-A-T, ain't no fucking with me. Why me step on the beat like the sand on the beat? Got a lot on my plate, so you know I'm gon' eat. I done made up a sauce and I'm probably to knee. Yeah, they looking for me, but I'm too hard to reach. At the top of the mouth, come and take you a peek. When I spray with the Draco, it's wet like a beach.
Kicked out behind a nigga, you don't even know. Bitch, you ain't even take no flowers to this man grave. I guarantee you ain't take not one flower to this man grave. And you kicked out like that, man. I ain't even got nothing to do with the situation, man. Stop playing with me, son.
We going up, yeah, the top flow. Two bad bitches, I fuck both. Don't lose your head, I'm cut though. I got killer Brian, this a death note. I wet him up, yeah, super soap. Make a big splash, this a big boat. Make him string loud, that's a high note. Like Rick Black out the top row. You don't want a problem, nigga, what's your ear? If you really got a problem, well, really come get it. Bitches in the cloud, and I'm trying to get rich. Yeah, the shit too clear, I can see the real bitch. Yeah, bust down rich with a bust down switch. I seen where you can't come back, they'll miss you.
Fuck
Fucking around, you can come up missing. Polo me, but I ain't gon' fish. Smoking on loud, come take a listen. Then it's back to getting the digits. Niggas is weak, suffer defeat. Fucking a bitch every day of the week. Bankrolls after bankrolls. You little niggas not fucking with me. Walk a nigga down if I have to. Sell a couple pounds if I have to. Niggas be high in the foundry. Pussy. Nigga, it's up, I down you. Pussy. Keep real niggas around me. Yeah. Better keep the same around you. Better. Money change niggas around you. Facts. Niggas better watch who surrounds you. Facts. Puffin' all on this gelato, bitch. Riding around with this model, bitch. 2 new ARs, they stolen, I ain't bottle. Okay. Niggas swerving lanes, cause we done killed most of the bottle. Got a presidential suite, goddamn right them bitches gon' follow. Money throwing with punch on, 20s, 50s and hundos. Selling Marilyn Monroe, damn that was a fun hoe. Living the fast life, I'ma add a little nitro. And baby wanna fucking, we can do that just for the night though. Young Dolomite or the iceberg slim. Walk up to a bitch, tell that hoe that I'm him.
Bitch, I'm pushing out.
Why? Walk up to the bitch, tell that hoe that I'm him. Why?
Ooh, me, no, they like who that is, I'm like me, nigga. My niggas pay for keys, better not cheat, nigga. I don't know why they try to speak about a weak nigga. We been in the field about a week, nigga. Let's say I'm broke, I got a bag on me. But how you ballin' with your last, homie? You say I'm broke, I'm spending cash on me. I'ma blow a bag, homie. How the fuck you matching that, homie? I swear I spend it, get it back, homie. Who he think he is? He ain't really tough. He ain't with the shit, he ain't lit as us. Boy, I been in the bricks where they playing rough. How the fuck you talking shit and you can't back it up? Nigga Southside Chicago with a bad bitch, she mulatto. She be getting lit up off a I'm like me, nigga. My niggas pay for keys, better not cheat, nigga. I don't know why they try to speak about a week, nigga. We been in the field about a week, nigga. Yeah, we deep, nigga.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? What's up, man? It's the Korner Konvo podcast, Blunted Ones Radio Network, OC Kush and Suburban Mom in the building. Yeah, I see y'all out there, man. I see y'all out there showing up, hopping out. What's up? It's Tuesday night. You know what I'm saying?
Tuesday, Bruise Day. Well, it's not Bruise Day. That's just stuck in my head now.
Is it?
Yeah, Tuesday, Bruise Day.
I mean, hey, where's C-Boy at? Somebody get C-Boy. We're gonna have to have a conversation, man. We might make it a monthly thing.
Well, you could have a beer, and then it could be your Tuesday Bruise Day.
Well,
Brood Day.
I get it. I get what you did. I see what you did. What's good, Siren? We got Gio Spina in the building. What's good, DJ Lakeside? And fam, I see his fam sliding through.
Yeah.
What's good, K3? I see Botrick showed up. Yeah, I seen him in this motherfucker. Big shout out though to everybody out there, man. Korner Konvo podcast. We got some news in store for you guys. A couple of different things to talk about throughout the show. As well as all of the submissions that come through, man. We got the submission form open, so if you want to get your song vibe checked, or if you want to drive-by review, go ahead and submit it on published track. You know what I'm saying? We do have that. We'll be doing that in the in-between sessions from the news. But yeah, we got some things to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking news.
So we were gonna do the one article. What I'm gonna do is the one that you just sent me. We're going to talk about that right now. We'll get it just in case we got people checking in on the replay. They don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't miss this if they are in the BandLab community. However, those that are tapping in currently live, we'll give you guys a little bit of a heads up. I don't know if any of you guys are aware of, this particular thing right here, but something that we actually did. Now, I just want to talk about this really quickly, Mom. We actually talked about this on the show. It was a while ago, you know what I'm saying? But we initially had the conversation, if you remember, we had the conversation when we were talking about how BandLab had introduced like the different ads, and then we look into the DAW itself and how the DAW itself was starting to look a little bit different, and then
right.
We had the idea about potential plugins for BandLab. I mean, hey, this might be it.
This is as close as.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen it. Yeah.
This might just be it. So I'm gonna throw this on screen for you guys. Give me just a second. I'm gonna throw this on screen for you guys so you guys can get a look at it. This right here is breaking news. Yesterday. This was just released yesterday. This right here. Go ahead, Mom. Let them know what we got going on with this right here.
Okay, so essentially, BandLab and Cakewalk, as we know, have worked together for a while. Cakewalk is a separate DAW that you use in tandem with BandLab, and the cross compatibility is pretty cool. You can mix in the DAW and then transfer it back over to BandLab. I've used it a little bit. It's got a lot more bells and whistles than just the DAW and BandLab itself. BandLab, however, or Cakewalk, is now transitioning over to Cakewalk Sonar, which is another version of Cakewalk. Still Cakewalk, I guess, but they're calling it Sonar. So essentially, if you've used Cakewalk, I think you only have until like the end of August, and then that particular DAW is not really going to be supported anymore. I don't know if licenses will run out at that time or what have you. I don't have the specifics on that, but basically they're trying to get everybody to move over into Sonar. And what's kind of cool is that if you have a BandLab subscription, so if you pay for premium BandLab monthly, you'll have access to the full version of the DAW. And the DAW is pretty robust. You'll have access to various plugins, and things like that. So if you're looking, I know a lot of people have asked on here, like, what other DAWs are there, or like, which one should I use? And, sometimes it's kind of complicated. BandLab makes, it's a very, very simple DAW. It does have its limitations. So if you're
Right.
looking to sort of like test the waters, I guess, with a big boy DAW,
A
this
big
could
boy.
be
On
a
some
big boy.
pull-up shit. We got
It's a big, it's a big.
it's the pull-ups doll.
Maybe this could maybe be like the little segue that you're looking for, especially if you have that BandLab Premium membership, because that's gonna unlock basically the full DAW for you for free, which is pretty crazy. There are a lot of DAWs out there. Some of them are very expensive. Some of them are free also, but it's just very interesting. I was trying to find a little bit more information about this. I sent you a little video link just of like a
Yeah, I
guy.
got that. I got that. I'm gonna play that
Yeah,
in
so
just a second, but I will say what she was referring to when she says big boy dolls. Like basically, it's got a little bit more bells and whistles than what you're used to seeing in there. You know what I'm saying? From a normal, like say, BandLab doll, right?
right.
It's gonna have a lot more things. Now, with that being said, it initially will probably look a little intimidating to some.
Yeah, there's going to be
Do
a
you know what I'm
learning curve
saying?
for sure. Yeah.
Right. Now, I do know. I think
Cakewalk was the
K3 is
same.
in the chat. We've actually had the
hmm
pleasure of seeing a little bit of that learning curve that he was going through when he first started on his doll, right? So
Right.
I'm assuming that's probably going to be something coming into play here for a lot of people that are on BandLab, and I'm wondering if in fact maybe this isn't a wean them out type of strategy, saying that a lot of things are being more paid for on BandLab when it comes to boosts, monthly, things like that. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of the like, do you know what? I can't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Like people just see it and they're like, yeah, what the fuck? Do you know what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying?
I don't know how many BandLab users actively use Cakewalk. I mean, like I said, I've used it a little bit.
Right.
It's really, I think it's good for like mixing, and
Mm-hmm.
it does support third-party plugins, so that's a huge plus. And so I would anticipate that Sonar, obviously is going to be able to do the same thing. I mean, obviously it's not going to come with those plugins. So if you
No.
want to use Antares or something like that, or Melodyne, that's going to come out of your pocket. But to have something at your fingertips that allows you to use those and then just channel that right back into BandLab is pretty cool.
Right.
My thought process is that I would assume, just from using Cakewalk, the little bit that I have, that what we see as the DAW in BandLab is just essentially a watered down version of Cakewalk.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we started to see more changes like we have been seeing. That, I mean, for me at least, I would say they look to be positive changes as far as the BandLab DAW itself. We have the mastering now available in the main DAW. There's a few other changes. They've rolled
Right.
out
Right. Right.
the
Right.
normalization and a bunch of other little features here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is I would anticipate that we might see more crossover from the DAW into BandLab,
Right.
because it still is a version of Cakewalk. It's just a newer, more updated version, and it has more
Now
more
that's what I was gonna
utility.
say. I'm wondering if we won't see this be a little bit more watered down and thrown into BandLab as its own internal DAW. You know what I'm saying? Kind of to boost the app itself.
Yeah,
Um, and that's what we were referring to as far as the learning curve, because we might see, if you do use just BandLab's DAW, you might see a slight change on that, more than just here right click and there's a couple extra features. No, like you might
Yeah.
see a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? Coming soon.
My anticipation.
My fault. You cut
That we're
out.
going to
You
start to see
said
popping up.
you cut out so bad. You said my
Oh,
anticipation, and then that was it. That's all I heard. That's all
sorry.
I heard. I was like anticipating your anticipation. I'm like, huh.
Sorry. My anticipation is that this could be like a preliminary step in a lot of different AI production tools that we're going to be seeing roll out through
There it is.
Sonar
Yeah.
that Cakewalk can't support. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then we might see that reflection in the watered down DAW within BandLab. So,
Right.
I mean, no matter how you slice it, it's kind of exciting. A lot of people aren't happy about it, but I mean, that's that you're always going to have people who are pumped and people who are pissed. It's just the way life is.
I get it.
So yeah. But yeah, if you wanna,
this is an extensively long video, I guess. For time's sake, though, we're gonna play a couple of.
Play a clip.
I'll play a clip here, and then I'll fast forward a little bit so you can get an idea of what this actually will look like outside of the BandLab DAW itself, but something that might potentially make its way into BandLab as sort of like Cakewalk with a little bit more of a watered down version, but. Let's just check it out real quick.
So it's still like timeline editing,
That's it's just this right here. This right
it's intimidating.
Here. For the majority of, I would say, BandLab's core, core crowd. This might look like what
terrifying.
The fuck? You know what I'm saying? As soon as this pops up, they're just gonna be like, nope, close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like this might just be me. It just might be me, but I feel like this might be a potential way. And I'm not saying wean out as far as like give up or crush people's, music dreams, whatever. I'm saying it in the fact of like the ones that should be standing out will be able to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just the you know what I'm saying, the run of the mill, the boosted tracks that you hear. Now the boosted track playlist potentially could start being actual like things you want to listen to.
Yeah, because I mean this opens up a whole world. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people that start or work in Pro Tools or whatever, and you bring that over into BandLab, and obviously you can do that. But and I also don't really know, like I wish I had a little bit more information. I don't know if this is going to have that sort of direct upload capability that Cakewalk had, which is something that I enjoyed because obviously this would run on your PC. You can't use this on your phone. But if you were away from, that's what's cool about like the compatibility between Cakewalk and BandLab is that if you are at your peak setup and you're recording, you can work on your song. And then if you leave phone, you can, through uploading and whatever, you can update those tracks. They go directly into BandLab, and then you can pull from there and still work on it. You just don't have as many tools available to your disposal. But I also think that this is kind of a cool thing because we could see people maybe they're trying to get a very specific sound on one track and they just can't hone it in. You could download Sonar, open it up, do a couple watch a couple YouTube tutorials, figure out what exactly, maybe you're trying to do cross chain, on a bass or something like that to beefing it up. And this, you could learn how to do it. So it's nice because you have the ability, if there's that cross compatibility factor, you would have the ability to go back to your basic DAW for your, vocals or, pulling in loops, whatever.
Right.
And then kind of dive deeper if you need to. This is kind of like the operating room and everything else is just the minute clinic.
the minute clinic. My goodness. My goodness. Hey. Well, look, we have a couple different articles to go over. That was some BandLab news or BandLab relative to BandLab news. You know what I'm saying? We got some other news. This one here, let us know about this one here. This one here says, headline says, Sean Combs' jury reaches a partial verdict. Will deliberate further.
Yeah, let me pull that back up. Hold up. So from what I gathered, this just came out. This is kind of breaking-ish news. It was like 5:30 or so. But it does appear that they have reached final verdicts on 4 of the 5 charges, I believe, and then the 5th charge that's still out is the racketeering charge.
Right.
So I did hear earlier that there was one juror that I guess was kind of holding up the process, and I'm not sure, I can't really recall what this. I don't know if there really were specifics to it, but there was one person that was on the jury that like the rest of them had all come to a decision, but he was still kind of like, eh.
Right. And see, I'm
And
wondering because there was a couple of weeks ago, there was that we discussed it on the show. There was some things that they had with the jury where the one had to actually be dismissed, and they had to swap out. So I'm wondering if the one that had the hard time doing all this, if it was the one particularly that they swapped. That's what I was trying to figure out.
yeah,
After you showed this to me, I was looking on the side trying to figure it out. But the one before was dismissed because of I guess fraud. There was like a fraudulent thing with the information, like as far as his paperwork says that he lived in New York, but then he admitted and I guess his license and everything shows that he lives in Jersey. So they completely got rid of him because like what I'm saying, in court they're like, nah, you can't be fraud here and be on the jury. Like what the fuck?
no. Yeah. See,
But
like I had
yeah,
seen there was an influencer that I was watching about this, and he was like, "Well, maybe this one person that's on the jury that's holding out is getting paid, maybe
right,
some dirty money or something." But then I was kind of thinking, what if it's the converse? What if everybody else on the jury is getting paid, and this guy's the only one who's not going for it? That could
right,
be a possibility too. So if there's no information as to like what, at least not that I've seen, because this just came out, but I have not seen that there is any information as to like what verdict was reached, whether it's guilty or not guilty. I do know that Sean Combs did not put in a guilty plea. So, yeah, I mean, it's still all up in the air. I saw something, it said they
right.
were expecting, the deliberations are expected to continue. Well, that was Tuesday at 9 a.m. That was this morning.
Right.
But yeah, they're coming down to the wire here. I opened this up. This is a huge article, but he has pleaded not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And his lawyers are basically trying to say that prosecutors are trying to criminalize his swinger lifestyle. And
That's what they call it now, huh?
yeah, and that his conduct amounted to domestic violence, which is not a federal felony. Well, in some states, that's kind of like, I mean, it depends on what state you live in.
Right.
In most states, domestic violence is an enhanceable charge, and it does, especially on like the second count, it will lead to a felony. I
Right.
personally think it should be a felony, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, it's all because the jurors can't decide whether he ran a racketeering enterprise and also whether he was involved in committing some or all various kinds of offenses, like such as kidnapping and arson. So I think like the kidnapping, the arson, all of that, they've decided. The racketeering is that what they can't figure out. That's the big one too, because
So they're
that's the
just
one
so
that
they have them set. They're not releasing the four
they
of
the
five
four, they are not
charges.
releasing the four. They're out on the fifth, and the fifth is the big one because that's the racketeering, and that's under
Right.
RICO.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's kind of like, it's used, it's that RICO Act has been used when they try people for organized crime, mafia, drug cartel, and that
Right.
kind of
Right.
goes
Right.
back to
Right.
what we were talking about on the one show. As I was saying, like he's kind of like a don, if you will, or the head of a huge cartel. I mean, that's what this is. So I think that's a big one. That's really important.
Right.
But yeah, that's the one that they're still out on. I do think that they are going to have a hard time pinning that down because of kind of some of the stuff that Cordell was saying about the um what do you call it, the consent and the willingness of people to participate in these activities with him as
Oh, you broke out. My fault. You broke out. You said because what?
and things like that, and people might have felt compelled to consent to things that they otherwise wouldn't.
Right.
But I don't know
Right.
in a court
Right.
of law how you can really prove that. So
I hear that. I hear that. I hear
mhm.
that. Now,
Interesting.
speaking, very, very much so. Um, interesting enough. Now, being that this is a court thing, I'm gonna move over to something that recently came up as well. And again, this was something that was done throughout the process, similar to the Genius Act that was going down. While all this was going down, we also had another little issue scenario kind of pop off as well. All right, I'm gonna first play this video. Okay, I'm gonna play this video first. Now, again, this is the chick narrating this video. She's gonna say things like Donnie. There's specifics that she does say, but she uses it kind of code. But you can understand it. I'm assuming you can understand it. Now, again, this is just what's going on here. I'll explain further.
The United States is now 2 different countries because of this Supreme Court ruling. That is not me being hyperbolic.
That man is 100% correct. Allow me to explain it to you in crayon-eating terms, because I fear some of you still aren't understanding and talking enough about how what happened this week puts us up not only perfectly for another civil war situation, but also authoritarian regime. Oh, and not to mention the other ruling that's going under the rug here that reminds me word for word of what happened in Germany. So before we dive in, as always, make sure you like, repost to get the word out here, and follow along for more updates. Many concerning rulings came in this week, but 2 of which go hand in hand. The first of which is the judicial branch essentially yielding its power to the executive branch, that would be Donnie, willingly, thus consolidating power into the executive branch, getting us one step closer to authoritarian regime. And the second of which was them defending the fact that Donnie actually can just deport people to random countries that they're not even from, and he chooses specifically, and that does come into play here. But it starts with the first ruling, in which it was around Donnie trying to strip people of their birthright citizenship. But the larger ruling really says that the judicial branch, or federal judges, don't have the power to issue nationwide injunctions, stopping and checking the executive branch anymore. That's the larger message here. The judicial branch decided to vote upon weakening themselves and consolidate power into the executive branch, which already feels unconstitutional because what the heck happened to checks and balances here? But if you look at the judicial branch itself, it is very right-leaning, and many of them are extremely unqualified and simply appointed by Donnie himself to do his bidding. So it's no shock that they are destroying democracy for him. And the actual ruling itself says that it moves this to the lower court systems, or the states, to decide, which is what brings us up to them setting us up for what looks like a civil war. Because do we remember the last time individual states had the ability to tell people about their freedoms or citizenship? You nailed it. Even though it's written in the literal Constitution that if you're born here in the U.S., you are a United States citizen, this is now up for argument. This means that there's the potential for one state to decide you're actually a U.S. citizen, but another state to decide you're not a U.S. citizen. Meaning, hypothetically, someone could live their entire lives in California as a U.S. citizen, but then have a layover in Kansas or something and suddenly get deported, leading into this other ruling that we mentioned earlier, right? To a random country that they're not even from, especially since they were born here in the U.S. too. So that adds a whole nother level of what the heck. So the man in the original video is correct. We are no longer the United States. We very quickly could become divided here. But as far as the second ruling, let's never forget that the main camp wasn't in Germany. They sent the people to a different country of their choosing.
Okay. So let's break this down.
This girl is talking out her ass so hard.
I get it.
Oh, God.
It's the points of what she's making, though. The judicial branch did, in fact, do what she's talking about. They seceded some of their power and gave it to the executive branch. What she was talking about is correct. It ensues that the smaller courts, aka the state courts, are more or less in charge of the states themselves.
Right.
And they can no longer do anything federally. Right?
Right.
Go ahead. I feel like like you had something to say. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
She's really conflating a huge issue here, which is the Supreme Court's whole purpose. And they're there to help interpret the Constitution. And the amendment that she's talking about, I believe it's the 14th. It was initially instated in the Constitution to provide freed slaves like not amnesty, but to provide them citizenship after they were freed. That was the whole point of birthright citizenship, was so that once the slaves were freed, they would become American citizens. There's a loophole in it, basically based upon how people have interpreted it, that have allowed people to come into our country who are not citizens, have children here, and then their children are deemed citizens. So essentially, the Supreme Court just looked at that and said, you know, I mean, I haven't looked into it enough to know, but what I'm gathering is that they basically said, we're going to leave it up to the states to decide. So if a child is born here and they're not, their parents are not U.S. citizens, the state can decide whether they stay or whether they go. I think that's a good move. That puts more power into people. And then, you vote for your state representatives. So if you don't want somebody in the house, in your state, in your state legislature or whatever that's opposing your viewpoints, you can vote for that. It actually gives the American people more of a voice. It's actually more beneficial to democracy than the converse, I would think. I mean, that's basically what happens. I mean, most of the time when the Supreme Court makes a ruling, especially on a constitutional thing, it ends up becoming a precedent, and most state courts will follow that precedent, but sometimes they don't. So, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really seem like the thing she's talking about is Civil War, and you're not gonna be if you're.
Well, she's talking about the Civil War part because of this, the where it says impact of this. It says the ruling potentially gives the executive branch more leeway in implementing its own policies. That part, I think, is what they're talking about. Because, like, if a whole state doesn't like something, now what's going to happen? And then if more than a couple of states don't like the certain something, what could potentially, you know what I'm saying? Because of the narratives that go running through the media as it is, with all the shit that goes on in the world as it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's convenient because as we were talking about with protests back when that was going on, and the susceptibility that we could possibly face with, do we even fucking, like, the protesters are doing this, now they're doing this, and then this is happening over here, and then this could just come to your doorstep. Like, what are you doing in that situation? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we could have had that whole thing. Like, this is just a whole nother level of the states themselves versus the executive branch making a policy on something and them saying, wait a minute. Because it kind of reminds me of the whole thing where, like, something happens, and then when Texas was like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that because she's talking about, it's a violation of checks and balances, things like that. But I mean, the power.
Well, that's what I said. She's saying that she's narrating that I was going to break, like, I wasn't talking even about that whole part that she was talking about, the citizenship, all that is like a layer of it.
Yeah.
But she obviously, like you said, she conflated the way that it was portrayed. That's why I wasn't I'm talking about just the actual part about the judicial Jesus Christ.
Judicial.
Yes.
No, but that's what I was going to say is that she's saying that it's affecting checks and balances, But the fact of the matter is that the Supreme Court and Trump and his administration, they all sit on the federal part of, our judicial system, our legislative system, etc. The checks and balances come between the states and the local communities, and then your top federal government. So they're not necessarily giving power away, they're just reallocating it. So basically, the way I understand that would be that if it became an issue, but
here says that it raises concerns of the balance of power between the two branches because their ability to restrain the executive actions have been reduced. So they did in fact give up, like they can't certain things. I'm not sure what the particulars of certainties are, right? Like how much of this power can they not say something about this, or can it not, you know what I mean? I don't know this exact, you know what I'm saying? That's something that we're going to obviously have to see before, but from what I gathered, this is what it's saying. It's saying that it was reduced, meaning like they gave it away.
I think that, like, just from my understanding,
I just don't know why they would do that. What's the bigger picture? That's the
because
question.
What's going to happen is once that power goes down to the states, there are going to be discrepancies, and it's going to be different state to state, like she was talking about. I don't think it's going to be so, so much that like if you're in California and you go to Kansas, you're going to get deported. Like that's ridiculous. But I do think there will be discrepancies state to state, and if it gets out of hand, I think it's going to go back to the executive branch to issue an executive order. That single executive order would then be reviewed by the Supreme Court versus on a case-by-case basis.
Right.
Because that would overflow the Supreme Court. They wouldn't be able to like if there's that much discrepancy. That's how I interpret what's going on. I mean, I don't know if that's actually the case, but
right. Well, that's what I'm
just
saying.
The way
it's still
that
way too early for the particulars. It's not releasing any of the particulars. That's why I was looking to see like what are the particulars here. What to what extent of this power did they give up? Like what is their limit? Like that. All right, listen, guys, you gave that up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like this is the line. You guys crossed it. You can't do that. This is our line now.
I just feel like being like this is gonna cause a civil war is a bit much. I mean, I think it's just giving more power back to the states. With a Republican in the office, that's what you expect to see. I mean, that's what you expect. That's they're not about a heavy central.
Oh, you just broke out so bad. That was crazy.
What happened?
You broke out so you sounded like Botrix for a second. You was like I was like, wait, what happened?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm moving. I don't know. I think I was sitting in an area. I was trying to like chill on my patio. I really just want to sit on my freaking patio, but apparently I can't because it just keeps cutting out. But I was just saying that I don't think it's surprising to see this, power being pushed back down to the states. We already saw that when Roe versus Wade was overturned. And with a Republican especially with a Republican red wave basically in the federal government right now. I don't think it's surprising to see redistribution of power because I mean conservative values and politics just typically don't support a very strong federal government. So I mean I get she's freaking out, but she needs to just calm down.
Well, that's why I did before the video started, I did disclaim like, listen, this is the lady narrating this. I'm gonna go ahead and explain a little bit more of what because I know she was saying shit the way she was saying shit. Let me go ahead and clarify. And she even said it was ironic because she said at the beginning like, I'm gonna explain this in crown eating terms. Like, wait a minute, you still said like a lot of things that people aren't gonna.
If you're calling your audience crayon eaters, I'm already taking everything you're saying with a grain of salt because you're kind of a bitch. Like. Just being honest.
Say that then.
Let me break this down into crayon eating terms for you. Proceeds to not really actually understand what she's talking about. Okay. It's a Supreme Court precedent. It happens all the time. They're there to freaking interpret the Constitution. That's why they're there.
All right.
Just wild.
So we have a couple of these tracks coming in. Right? We're going to jump over to the queue here. And up first, we have a Siren track. We have Siren coming up. Yeah, let's bounce on over here to the block. You feel me? Cause Siren's coming through, and yeah, this one here looks like it's a whip. Yeah, it's a whip.
Whippity doo dah.
I'm gonna take this vibe check banner off, and we finna go ahead and lock it up. You hear me, everybody? Hey, everybody in the chat, that's you. You heard me? Yes, you. Reload. All right, get your shit together. All right, pick up your casings on the way out, too, by the way. I'm just saying.
Right.
Pick up a lot of that. I was sweeping them up. I had to get the damn sweeper van and all that. Anyway, Siren going to be stepping up here. I hope she's ready. This one's called Madagascar. All right? And yeah, Siren, you better duck.
To the left, to the B, to the B. Bounce it around. Move it to the left, right, yeah. Move it to the 6+, don't do nothing less. On stage, popping shit, 2 thongs, she shaking shit, eyes on her. Like the club, full green, baby. Move it to the left, then bounce, she animal. Wipes on the ass, no BBL. No whole shit, she a kiss and tell. It look real deep, she a wishing well. Look how she throw them hips, know the ballers with the stacks. Keep flipping it, capitalizing on them pole tricks. She like a move it. Shake shit up, to the club, she bouncing ass like bounce, move it. Move to the left like shake that right, shake that, bounce it, shake it up, bounce it around, move it to the left, to the beat, to the beat, move it, bounce it around, move it to the left, right, yeah, move it to the left, right. I need all attention on her. Whether you shooting pool, just order some food, eating wings, sitting back looking cool. No matter what you're doing. Move it. Gonna make a movie. You make it rain. Move it. She moving. She moving to the left, right. Bounce. Move it to the left, right. Move it. Go.
All right, that was Siren right there. That was Madagascar. All right, we got drive-by reviews coming for this one here. Okay. My fault. I'm catching up on chat here. Yes, we have more news coming, Siren, in a little bit. G, big shout out. Appreciate you hanging out here, man. And hey, be careful out there by the river. You feel me? She going out there, hanging out by the river. Yeah. What's good, Young Housefly? What's good, bro? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We have more news coming in a little bit. All right, we got the queue going right now, and if you got a track, submit it. You know what I'm saying? We got the submission form is open. We have a couple more coming through right now. I'm hearing it. All right, word. Now, this one here. I heard that. Sub Mom. I heard that. I'm gonna wait for her to get back. But for me, all right, on this one, and I get what you're saying as far as the club joint. Definitely had that vibe. I'm gonna say, for me, I need the vocals. For me particularly, I feel like the vocals need to come up a little bit. I feel like they need to come up. You were sitting a little bit too far back for me. I was hearing you, but for me, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like if I was to be like in that dance mood, right? I feel like I wanted to hear you dance, like singing it next to me rather than like a little behind me, if that makes sense. That's for me. Overall quality though, I'm gonna give it a 3.5, 4, right? I think there was some things. There she go. Word.
All right. Sorry.
There's just a couple of things that I would like to see you utilize a little bit more throughout the track. As far as the overall, you know what I'm saying, relatability though, I don't really like shake that ass or nothing like that. So, you know what I mean? But I can see the relatability. I can see it overall. I'm going to give that a 4. And then the replayability right now going to be at a 4. But I see what you're doing. I see what you got here. Definitely know, you know what I'm saying, what could be from this, you know what I'm saying, after the whole mix process. Submom, when did you, did it drop out before the song finished and all that? Or
Yeah, it did drop out kind of like in the middle of it, but I'm just going to go from like what I was able to hear.
I got you.
So the vocals I think felt to be in a bit of a weird space. I think this is what you were saying. They didn't feel like centered enough in the mix for me or upfront enough. Right. And they also felt a little dry, I think. I would maybe play around with some different effects maybe.
Right. That's particularly that's what I was saying. I don't know if that was cryptic or not, Siren, but what I meant by that was some spots that you had a little bit more effect on. I feel like that could have been utilized a little bit more throughout the track. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant. She actually said it the way I meant to say it, which was a little bit they were a little dry, right?
A little dry. Yeah.
Those things there is what I could see that being used more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And as far as like I don't know if if you built this beat or if you're working with a beat that you found or were given. This is like a perfect example of that cross chain that we were just talking about before. So it's you can't really do an actual like cross chain in BandLab, but there is a plugin, I think it's called Pumper. And so if you're able to isolate the bass on this track and just run that pumper through, not a lot, like just a little, I think it would essentially it kind of like ducks it and pushes it at the same time, which is hard to explain, but it pumps it. It would, because it's a really dancey feeling track. So I feel like with that sort of simulated cross chain, or if you could get someone to actually cross chain it for you, it would really kind of bring that out. And then if it's playing in a club, it's going to be that kind of vibe that's going to make everything rattle, you know, and like just be really cool.
It might make me get up and shake that ass.
It might make OC start shaking his ass. Okay, so on second thought, maybe don't do that.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't think anybody wants to see that, to be honest. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You shake your booty, OC.
Listen, I get it though. I see where this can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this could be a dancey track. So I'm gonna go like 3 on the quality. Sorry, and then as far as like relatability, I feel like I'm not gonna give this a number because I couldn't really. I dropped out halfway through it, so I didn't get to hear all of your lyrics. But there was some repetitiveness and. I'm not gonna give it a number because I just don't feel right doing that because I didn't hear enough.
You're good.
But yeah, and then as replayability, I would say probably like also maybe like a 3 or 4, just until the stuff with the mix is all. But this could be a banger for sure. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Hey, Siren came in with it though.
She did.
Nah, look.
She always does. She always does.
She knows what's up. She said he gonna shake his blunt instead. Hey.
He's gonna burn himself.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You hear him screaming.
Hey man, that was Madagascar though. That was Siren on this one. I think we got another one from Siren coming up in a little bit as well. But this one right here is DJ Lakeside coming up. We got this one called 100. It's a release track, so it's gonna be a vibe check. We're going to see what this one is all about from DJ Lakeside. Let's get it.
You know, is it turning up one time, turn it up one time for the niggas. This is Lakeside, try to do it like, I gotta do it like, gotta go like, you know how my body do it, don't really wanna like, you know I be like motherfucking Lila. Put this back down, dirty road, you know, gotta do it like, don't really wanna stop coming like a looter, yeah, give me that straight, let it go now, okay, tremendously, try to get it sleep, especially, you know how we just getting this, ready, take it like I do it like, hey, feeling like I'm feeling like, hell yeah, don't really wanna elevate and try to just make it. Put that, this nigga don't really wanna you know, do it like motherfucker fight for life. Put it down on spec, God, let it just roll up, show up. You know how my body do it, bustin' now, do it like a bustin' now. Every other day, I'ma do it like I'm bustin' now. Yeah, put it on the right tune. You know how my body do it, so get me on the pink tune. Yeah, I do like. Roger that spec, let it go hard. I don't really wanna stop this. I been do it, elevate and try to just make it. You know, you know, low, regular, one time, get it, go hard, you know, let it, go hard, you know, show, coming like, damn down. Hell yeah, on me like, no, 20, tell it, like, 20,
Yeah, that was 100 right there, DJ Lakeside on that one. I like me personally. I don't know if you guys were paying attention or not to this little side video thingy that he had with the Spotify. It says 1 o'clock, but he was using it like the 100. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was funny.
Clever.
It was funny, but it's pretty cool. So yeah. That was cool. That was cool. That was DJ Lakeside though, right there tapping in. We have coming up next is C-Boy. This one also a release track. So let's go ahead and throw this vibe check marker up there. Y'all let them know what you think. If this passes the vibe or not. It's in the rock category. And it's called I Wanna Be Just Like. Yeah, no, it's got the ellipses, guys, and it's not like, okay, never mind. Just like him. I had to go up to the tab. I want to be just like him. I thought he was giving us like one of them suspense things. Like, wait, who's he going to be like? Let me hear the song to find out. You know? But he says him. You? I want to be just like him. This is C-Boy in the rock category, released today. Let's see what he's talking about.
Thank you, Matt.
It's okay, I'm not okay. She's in love, I'm afraid. He's so cool, Johnny Cage. That's why I wanna be just like him.
Tattoos, he's covered in tattoos. Wherever she goes, that's the way. She's so cool, it's a shame. I'm in love, obviously. She's the girl in my dreams. It's so clear, demonstrate. Tattoos, he's covered in tattoos. I would follow you anywhere. Tries to hold you tight.
It's okay, I'm not okay. She's in love, I'm afraid. He's so cool, Johnny Cage. That's why I wanna be just like him.
It's okay, I'm not okay. She's in love, I'm afraid. He's so cool, Johnny Cage. That's why I wanna be just like him. It's okay, I'm not okay. She's in love, I'm afraid. He's so cool, Johnny Cage. That's why I wanna be just like him. Muscles, he's got muscles. All his features make me crumble. I shouldn't be here, but I stay waiting for you for eternity. Forever she will be missed. She's so cool, it's a shame. I'm in love, obviously. She's the girl in my dreams. It's so clear, demonstrate. Tattoos, he's covered in tattoos. I would follow you anywhere. Tries to hold you tight. I would follow you anywhere for a chance to hold you tight. It's okay, I'm not okay. She's in love, I'm afraid. I would follow you anywhere for a chance to hold you tight.
Yeah, that was I Wanna Be Just Like Him, C-Boy on that one. Vibe check, and it looked like it passed. I'm just saying.
Oh, that was a vibe check? I thought we were doing damn it.
Nah,
I wrote a whole fucking damn it.
Well,
All right.
hey, you can always submit that to him on a DM about this track, or you can leave a comment. It is released on BandLab, released today
Yeah.
on BandLab.
Can I just say though, that hold you tight part, dude, that was like giving me Brandon Flowers vibes so hard. I loved it. That was a great track.
Hell yeah.
The hold you tight part. That part was so good, my guy. I've never heard his voice sound like that. Like he like soared vocally right there. It was like, I don't know. Is it just me freaking out about that? I think it is.
Listen.
It's like in the stratosphere with that, and I was like, damn.
I mean, hey, I get it. All
right. Sit back down in my corner. Never mind me.
Motherfuckers need Jesus.
Oh,
amen.
Oh man. Look, we have a track here coming in from Toxic. This one is released as well. This one is called. Is it Gilded Cages or glided? What would you say this is?
I don't know, but yeah, the Killers. That's who Brandon Flowers is, bro. That's the lead singer of the Killers. That's who that reminded me of.
Right. Yes. He says, I don't know. Toxic says, I don't know. Hey, listen, I don't know. But Cages comes with Crowns. Featuring, I'm assuming, Quiet and ATR XX. This one with Toxic. Vibe check. This one in the hip hop category. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's get it.
No message, you're a leaper, you can see I'm restless. Bottles empty, I might take another one. Haven't even think about the problem. Come on, go forget it, realize that it's a hatred. Every time I feel like it, it comes in and raising the bang. Feel the bullet in my head, alright, and it's killing me. To survive, shit, I'm caught up now, checking for no message. You're a leaper, you can see I'm restless. Bottles empty, I might take another one. Haven't even think about the problem. Smooth and drink in my room, I hate it. Not yet 12, but I might just take it. Grab the words and erase the hatred. Blink on me, I'm ready to go.
Facing right and showing no pain, no lies. I ain't thinking that way. Please don't come by. I'm way okay. New phone, new place. Got that backlog stack up in a grave. I'ma act a fake. Hit the concrete till my conscience fades. I'm way okay. NPC to me, it's all the same. Zero fade, it's all the same. Yeah. Seeking solence and the void. Siding with the devil now. Gilded cages come with crowns. Gilded cages come with for no message, you're a leaper, you can see I'm restless. Bottles empty, I might take another one. Haven't even think about the problem. Smooth and drink in my room, I hate it. Not yet 12, but I might just take it. Grab the words and erase the hatred. Blink on me, I'm ready.
Yeah, Toxic on this one right now. Yeah, right. Yeah, I seriously, I was gonna come in like that, and
I heard it.
I don't know if Toxic was gonna be like, bro, what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be like if offending anybody, but I was gonna come in like that too. But I was like, yeah,
it sounded
Toxic.
Scary. I'm assuming that's what he was going for. It worked.
Hey,
bruh.
Look, I was just saying. That one Toxic on this one. We have coming up next Bad Conduct in the building. In the house, you know, in the house. It's called House, and this one.
A house is a building. Just saying.
Right. This one is a whip. We also have Numb from Siren coming up as well as a whip. We're gonna go ahead and jump back into the news right after these two here. We have some more submissions coming through, so guys, bear with us. We will get to your plays in just a little bit. But this one is House from Bad Conduct. Drive-by review time. Everybody lock and load. Hey, yo, Conduct. You better duck.
His mother died, he was haunted and couldn't take another wife. He stayed up all night and got high on pipes. He played rough at times and had tons of spite. Then he laughs, she cries, then he smacks her face. Then he lies, says she loves her, but that's insane. She thinks that will change, but he acts the same. She takes smack for fame, but the facts remain. With the razor blade she hides and slips the pain away. In a nameless place her dad sips the days away. No love lost cause she was raised with hate. No love found cause she was raped and shamed. These games he made have her playing slave. Shackled days became laced with her pain. Can't escape the chains placed to restrain again. She sees the fate as rage uncontained. Broken dreams on broken wings. Look to broken sky. Broken skin hurts less than broken minds. Broken hearts getting filled with empty broken scenes. Broken homes seem to tear at the broken seams. He seems to entertain an unfounded sense of ownership. Cleans away the stain, drowns the love suspend. Been this way again, will stay the same till death. The broken made to play the game, she's nothing left. Her mind's around the bend, she feels her sinking hollow. Blinds drawn, no one sees this evil drinking fellow. She doesn't know how to drown her sorrows. Planted in a seed of hate now grows. He puts her on, shows his glamour. He buys nice clothes at night, sits with Jack and drinks away his woes. Alone anger grows, falls over, he swings where she can't go. Even though she knows there's no kind of home. The kids know dad's dysfunction can't be contained. Been this way since start of days, this was no game. Sent to play, well dad had his way. Their mommy raped, they had no say. Their mother prayed the cycle that'd break. Broken dreams on broken wings. Look to broken sky. Broken skin hurts less than broken minds. Broken hearts getting filled with empty broken scenes. Broken homes seem to tear at the broken seams.
Yeah, that was Bad Conduct right there. That was House. Again, he wants feedback on this one. We're going to give it to him in a drive-by review. I have my own idea. Let me just, Submom, go ahead. Take the lead on this one. I got some
Okay.
things to decipher here.
All right. So I think this track was really profound. I'll just say that off the grip. He was talking about some really deep stuff here.
Yeah.
So as far as quality, I had a 4. My main, I think that like the verses sound really good and it's really easy to discern what you're saying, and so I really do appreciate that. As far as like the hook, where you're going into broken dreams on broken wings, I think that needs to stand out a little bit more.
Well, I will say, I don't know if you've seen it in the chat, just because I don't know if you've seen it, but he said he's looking for someone else besides himself to do the hook. So that's the whole
literally.
basis, right? The whole basis of the hook himself is probably just kind of a rough draft anyway.
Crazy.
So that's probably
Because
yeah.
the next thing I literally said was maybe explore having a feature here on the hook, but I didn't want to be like super offensive. But I can kind of tell like maybe he doesn't feel the most comfortable singing. But if he wanted to keep, this is kind of moot at this point, but I'll just say it anyway. If he wanted to keep the singing in there, try to get into more of a singing space with the sound, maybe reverb, maybe doubles, that could really hit. That shit, yeah. If you had a feature there, sing the hook. I think that would be really really sick. As far as relatability, I had a 5, dude. Like your lyrics in this, like I was like squinting listening to every word because I was just like, damn.
Hey man, you ever listened so hard you had to squint?
I squinted. I was listening so hard. No, but it did it kind of like it did that thing that I talk about that happens a lot with like K3 sometimes, and some of our like really heavy lyricists that come through here where it like sucks you in and then you're just like hanging on every word. So I think you did a really great job with that. Replayability, I have a 4, but that's just because of my comments on the hook. Hook is a very important part of a song, but I think that once you get that narrowed down or you have somebody in there and that all gets finalized, this is going to be a fucking banger, bro. Hell yeah.
See, for me, I'm thinking female.
That's what I was thinking too. because
especially some of the things he was
with
speaking
what he's
of
talking
in
about.
the
Yeah.
right. I'm thinking maybe reach out to a female bad conduct, and especially if you have something written that they just have to sing on.
Right.
It's from there. The collaboration should be more of a sitch. You know what I'm saying? It should be more of just a, hey, listen, can you do it this way? You know what I mean? That like from there on. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm thinking female. That's what I'm hearing in this. I'm hearing what the words are saying, and the way that you know what I'm saying. You're coming in on these verses. I'm thinking a good contrast of a female would do some wonders. And low key. Excuse me, low key, I'm thinking maybe even just you can even have yours dialed back as like a shadow.
Yeah, keep it in the back.
Do
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
just saying. Listen, I get it, bad conduct. That's the
Bad
whole
conduct.
thing. I have the exact same fucking problem. I don't know what it is. It's like, bro, I just need to do a song with you. That's it. We ain't going in the bedroom.
From a woman's
Like, what the
perspective, I
fuck?
think these are the kind of songs that women need to be. They need to be more like open to being vulnerable enough to being on these kind of songs, because this sends a
Yeah,
motherfucking message. And
true.
hey, bad conduct. If you can't find anybody, I'll take a stab at it. I love this song. I think that's dope. I'm using my position right now to. Yay! Hi.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I know a girl. No, but
Look.
seriously, I do. It is hard because a lot of times I think, women, when we get into music, everything's supposed to be happy and sunshine and butterflies or sexy or, whatever. So, it is difficult to find a female that's willing to kind of like rip open some wounds and bleed all over your track for you.
Right.
But they're out there. They're out there. It will be dope.
As far as my score, my fault. As far as my overall score, right? Being that this is acknowledge that this is a sketch. I'm gonna go with a 3 overall in the quality. Just because we know what kind of needs to be done here as far as the collab and figuring that out first. I will say though, in the overall, for me as far as your verses, I'm just gonna disregard this hook as far as the critique part, because I know you're gonna have somebody else try to fill it in, whether it be Sub Mom or whoever. But the verses themselves, I feel like those sounded all right. They just needed to. I wanted to hear them a little bit more. They were just sitting back a little further than I wanted them to be. You know what I mean? But that would be it for that. Now, if you keep these, that's one thing. If it's a sketch where you're going to just completely redo it, I totally understand too. Especially if you have somebody come in like a female or something, you might actually have to change a little bit of how you deliver to kind of, you want the contrast there, but you also want it to go a little bit, you know what I mean? You want some synchronicity there. I think I said that right?
Synchronicity.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah, facts. But that's what I hear on this one. It's called House though, so be on the lookout for this.
Very cool song.
We got another drive-by review, so everybody, hey, you better lock and load. You better lock and load, cause Siren back up.
Alrighty.
I hear that, bad conduct. I hear that, bro. Oh damn, he talking about what? Hey, that's up to you, bro. That's up to you, bro.
Oh, jeez.
He said there might be a whole new beat by the time it gets done. Like, this is the title gonna be the only thing. Like the title gonna be the only thing original from that track. Watch.
I get what it.
I get it.
You could
though.
have
I
some
totally
like
get
really haunting pianos and stuff in there. Maybe, I don't know. I feel you.
Yeah. K3, I did get your submission, bro. We got a couple more submissions coming through as well. We're gonna be jumping over to the news right after this track. So bear with us, be patient. We got some news articles we're gonna be going over real quick, and then we'll go back into the queue towards the end of the show. This one though, coming in first is Numb. This one is Siren. It says 2 other collaborators. Not sure who these ones are, but this one's gonna get a drive-by review. Hey, Siren, you better duck.
I can't take this anymore. I'm pushed way past my limit. It's too much. Why is this real? Smoking all day, trying to heal it. How do I explain that I'm different? My mind is all a mess. There's a void that I can't feel. A pain that's in my chest. It's so deep. Can't get back to me. I'm in it so deep. No tears though, 'cause I'm numb to how I feel. Oh, oh. No tears, 'cause I'm numb to how I feel. Fuck, I just wanna scream. Punch walls, make a scene. This ain't how this shit's supposed to be. Yeah, it ain't supposed to be like this. I keep praying and shit is getting too hectic. You don't really wanna see me unless a bitch get naked. All you hear is the tone, but the words I'm pouring into you's unknown. Fuck, I'm chasing after you, trying to explain. You ain't running after me, making sure I'm still sane. Truly, you don't give a fuck. Yeah, you don't give a fuck. Why I ever say I do got me feeling resentment. All I ever wanted to do was get closer. Guess I wasn't persistent. But when I showed you everything you wanted, you couldn't see. And now I'm starting not to give a fuck because the pain is too deep. Don't wanna explain no more. It's uncomfortable. Never thought I'd be here. Shit's unbelievable. Try a million different ways to get through to you. Screaming and yelling my point, but what did that do for you? The more I ask for guidance, you pull me back in the dark. I'm hurting, numbing myself. I wanna feel the spark, this ain't me. The substances is playing on my heart, but I need it. I swear it hurts to wanna be a part. Oh, oh. No tears, 'cause I'm numb to how I feel. I can't take this anymore. I'm smoking all day, trying to heal it. I'm numb to how I feel.
Yeah, that's Numb right there. That's Siren on this one. Again, there was 2 collaborators, Siren. I don't know who they are. But with that being said,
I'm thinking maybe Mix.
Possibly. I don't know. But we will be doing a drive-by review. Submom, what do you got for this one?
All right. I wrote a little book here. I really like this song. For quality, I had a 3. I loved in the beginning of a song where you had the upper and lower octave together as doubles. For me, though, the lower octave on that just feels a little bit unsure. Like confidence wise, almost like I could picture myself doing it and like listening to the high part and then trying to sing along, but do my lower octave and then just getting pulled away. That's what I'm hearing. So like my suggestion for that would be to go back in and redo that part, but take your higher descant, dial that all the way back, or take it out completely if you can, so that you're just singing that from your lower register and we're getting that octave still. But it will, I think that would, it would sound a little bit more confident. Just make sure that you dial that in and get it absolutely right. It sounds so good when you have like this perfect octave, in a song like this. Courtney LaPlante from Spirit Box does it all the time, and it can sound like super, super dope, but it does have to be really, really tight. Yeah. So at about 1:15 of a track, there were a few parts that I was hearing a little bit of like, I said clippy, but I don't know if that's the right word, but it just sounded like I could hear where you were punching in. So I would you wouldn't have to re-record, just go back in and use your fade tool and kind of just cross fade those so that you don't have that abrupt sort of cutoff sound to it. But other than that, the mix sounds pretty damn good. There's a good balance with the ad libs, and I really do love the touch of reverb that you had on your vocals in like that last verse. I would say bring some of that reverb into that last hook too, where you're doing the oh whoa woo
Right.
Because your upper register vocal was very, very dry there. So I would say, echo some of that reverb that you used from the verses into your hook as well. But that's a lot. So I'm sorry, but I just was like typing away. I was really listening, trying to give you some feedback. As far as your relatability on the track, I gave it a 5. I think this is a very honest, very vulnerable track. I think a lot of people would relate to this, and just appreciate you sharing it with us. Replayability for me is going to be a 4, just because of some of the mix things. But I think that once that gets fixed, this one is a really, really good song, Siren, and I think a lot of people are going to relate to this. So nice job.
Right. Listen, it was a lot. It was a lot, but the good news is, if you did miss anything, all you got to do is watch the replay. And you can watch it as many times as you want. You can watch it over. That way you can get all your own little notes. That's the good thing about it, man. As far as her saying a lot, she kind of said a lot of shit that I was going to say. So it's all good. It's all good. It saved me time.
See those words? See those words in your mouth? I'm just going to take them.
Yeah.
They're mine now.
I didn't even get a chance. But no, it's all good. It's all good. Same for me, similar to the scores that you gave. Overall, and I did, I was gonna say for the most part what you was pretty much saying the whole time. A lot of things within the mix itself, but as far as her being a mixer and everything, she's still learning, so I totally understand it. Especially when it's it's very hard to learn mixing on your own vocals only.
Yes.
So if
yes,
you're
yes.
you know what I mean, being a mixer, it's a lot easier to mess around with somebody else's sound because they already have a sound that you're not familiar with. So everything is kind of kosher with the not being familiar with it. With your own voice, you're like, I want to sound like this, and when you don't sound like that, it's very frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. I totally understand it.
Why don't I sound like Christina Aguilera? God damn it!
Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Hey, listen, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with some news. You know what I'm saying? We got some more news coming in, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And then if you haven't yet submitted, or if you already have submitted, we have the new queue coming up right after the news breaks. Big shout out though to everybody in Blunted Ones Mafia. I see you guys out there showing up and showing out. We got big things coming this week. No Friday show. I want to get that out the way right now. We got a lot of people in here. No Friday show. So if you're expecting us Friday night, we're not going to be out here. Hopefully you guys will already have your own plans Friday night. But again, be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. The news we'll be right back. Oh man.
Yo, this is K3. Yo, it's your boy T1D.
Hey, it's your boy Weirdo.
Hey, it's your girl Josefina.
What's up? This is Oric Raps.
Hey, it's Siren.
Yo, this is B.O.R.N Conduct, and you're about to grab a motherfucking seat, and you're tuned into the Blunted Ones Radio Network.
Power of podcast and music is definitely here, bro.
All right, guys, we got some more bulletins we're about to break down. For those out there that are unaware of certain things that we've been talking about on the show, a lot of the things coming through might be a little confusing. All right, and the only thing is we're kind of going back into some of these stories and kind of pulling out some updates that we've heard that we've heard recently. Through the wire and all that. So if it's confusing for you at first, definitely tap back in to some other Korner episodes and catch up on some of the news. The problem though that I'm having. Go ahead. No, my fault.
No, I was gonna say, I think before we get into that though, we do have news of our own, right? For a little star search that we got going on.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can go ahead. Take it.
Here, guys. I hope you're part of a Discord server. If you have not noticed, there's just me and OC up here right now. So we are looking for a third. We do have some things in mind, but everybody is eligible, and so we have an application on the Discord right now. So if you are not joined up to the Discord, make sure that you do that. I'll put a link in the chat shortly here. We've got a little application. It's not that long, I promise. It's not too painful. So fill that out. And we're going to be scouring through the applications. We're going to do a little interview with you guys, and then we'll have an on-the-air sort of live audition, I guess you would call it. So that
essentially, that's what
everybody,
it would be, yeah.
so that everybody can kind of get a feel for your vibe, and we can get some feedback from the community on who they think the best option would be for our third co-host. And then OC and I do reserve the right to make that final decision on that, because we gotta spend a lot of time with this motherfucker. So
right.
It's up to us in the end.
And hey,
but
no
we
disrespect.
will
No disrespect.
no disrespect.
You'll
Absolutely
be saying
not.
the same
But
shit about us. Believe that.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we are really going to take your input into consideration, though, and we're excited about getting somebody else up here. So if you haven't done so, please make sure that you check out the little application on the Discord. It's we do have some people that we feel like we would love to hear from. So if you're out there and you haven't put it in yet, please do so, because we want to hear from you.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Facts. What I was gonna say though, about the news stuff is it's very difficult to keep up, low key. As far as with a story, because like the story is so surface, and then you go a little bit deeper into digging, and then all of a sudden there's like a whole nother fucking story popping up.
Yeah.
And it's like shit. Now I gotta do
bunny holes.
I gotta do right. You just hopping the fuck around and shit. But look, we got a story here. This one is coming to us from out of Philly, and yeah, I don't. So it's just sub mom. I don't know what it.
Oh, this is mine.
This is crazy.
All right, hold on. Let me pull it back up.
The bulletin says mummified body found after fire in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta find my. I navigated away. I was making so many notes and everything on my phone that I'm just like, all right, here we go. All right, yeah. So a mummified body was discovered inside of a vacant property on the 5700 block of Rising Sun Avenue by firefighters who were battling a blaze on early Monday morning. The body was identified as a woman who had reportedly been on in the property for months before the fire occurred. The investigators that went there had the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office investigate the cause of death, and they ruled out that she had died before the fire, and the fire did not cause her death. But the thing that I'm like confused about is like, why was she mummified? What?
Yeah, and they quote that. They quote that.
Yeah,
so
mummified.
I'm wondering what their full definition of mummified means. Like,
I don't know.
Was she sarcophagus and all that? Like,
I don't think she was sarcophagus.
You know what I mean?
But I keep like looking through these different articles, because there's several articles that link back to this main topic, and there's not a whole, this literally everything that I just told you is what they have released, and the police say that her identity is unknown at this time. So like, you mean to tell me this woman's been living at this place for months and died, and his mom but
I love how they say it was identified just as a woman. They didn't.
Yeah, it's a woman.
No actual identity to it.
Yeah, see, and then like, why is this?
And then think about this though. If it's mummified, like they say, mummified, that means they should be able to pull DNA pretty quick. If mummified's not going to be 250 years old. You know what I mean?
Right?
It's rather, you know what I mean. If it's rather soon, then it should have been in somewhat of a preserved state where dental record or something. They can get something off of it. You would assume.
Yeah.
You would assume.
They keep a lot of these use the term mummified in quotations, and they all concur that they believe that the body was inside of the 3-story property before the fire broke out. But
right.
And I'm just like, why? I cannot find any additional information as to like why they're calling it mummified? Like, is it mummified because she just was like in there for so long, like dead, or like
I don't
it's
know.
just weird. There's like no additional information that you can find anywhere, and it's just so
I hear
like
that.
they all have this headline that she was mummified, but they don't know who she is. If you don't know who she is, then how do you know that she lived there for months before the fire broke out? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't
Right.
even make sense. Like it's just really it just kind of caught my attention because it's a really weird story. That's that's like all. I have no like deeper conspiracy around it or anything like that, but it's just
No,
like
no,
what
no.
the
Yeah, it's just that's just a weird occurrence though, low key.
yeah.
But as far as a fire goes, we got another story here. Now, this one here, okay, is a little weird in the fact of what has been recently going on. Now, the reason I say this is because they're talking about no current motive or anything like that, and a lot of times it's just like, what the fuck, the guy's crazy. However, we just had a whole thing going on, and then recently there was a threat about a release of sleeper cells, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
there was a thing where a guy purposely lit a fire in the forest, and then firefighters came to fight the fire because people were reporting smoke and all that, so they came to fight the fire, and then he
Right.
then ambushed them and shot and killed a couple.
What the actual fuck?
So let me put it up here. It was in
Dude,
Idaho.
that right there is Smokey the Bear's freaking arch nemesis. Let me just tell you. I
Listen,
want the comic book.
it is crazy, bro. So, the man that was a part of this was identified as 20-year-old West, not West, Wes, like no T, just Wes Rowley,
Wes.
Rowley,
Wesley.
Rowley. I think it's Rowley. But he was living out of his car.
Oh
So
boy.
he was a transient. It says he was a transient man. But yeah, he apparently lit the fire, and then when responders came, unaware that he was the one to set it. They asked him to move his vehicle, and upon moving his vehicle, he later jumped up into a tree, and apparently
What?
used a sniper rifle to start laying a barrage of bullets to some of the firefighters.
What do you have against firefighters so bad, bro? Like that's wild.
I don't know. He said it says Rowley took his own life.
Of course. Ugh.
Which again, that's like I said, some of this is weird. Some of
Mm-hmm.
this is weird. But yeah, this happened in Idaho. And it's just, for me, it wasn't necessarily just the attack itself. It's just the way that this news is portraying it, as it's very fear mongering in the fact that, like, this one here says, I don't know that we're ever going to be able to guarantee people's peace of mind, at least for a while after an incident like this. That's what. So like,
Yeah, it's disturbing. Like, well, you're
wild.
gonna be scared for a while. Well, because like I think the thing is like who would think to do something like this?
Right,
You
or
know?
why? That's the whole question.
So
They still can't figure out
weird.
why. Mm-hmm. But it says that there was an interaction with the firefighters, not particularly the two that were actually killed in this one, which are Frank Harwood and John Morrison. But the interaction was just as simple as like, "Hey man, can you move your car?" Because they had to get through. That was about it.
Right, right. Just like normal,
Mm-hmm.
normal interaction. Did he move his car?
He moved it, and then posted up in a tree somewhere.
Okay.
Which is where he apparently was laying the barrage of bullets from the sniper that he had. I'm just curious. He lived out of his car, and he had a sniper rifle in it.
Yeah, what the hell?
But
A sniper rifle is pretty big.
It says right
like,
here.
what kind of car you got?
It says right here that 2 helicopters eventually converged on the area. They were armed with snipers themselves, if the suspect was needed to be taken out. But, the FBI did, it says the FBI used his cell phone data to track him, and then they eventually found his body in the mountains with a little firearm beside him. So he not only had
What?
he had a
They had
loadout, bro.
two.
He had a
Yeah.
loadout.
What?
Like,
See, like I'm almost wondering if he didn't have it in his mind that he was going. Because wait, where did this happen?
Idaho.
Idaho? Oh, well, I was gonna say like I don't. I wonder if maybe he had it in his mind that he was gonna start another raging forest fire like we saw in like LA, something like
I
that,
mean,
and then was just gonna spend days just taking people out. I don't
maybe.
know.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Look, I'm just saying. But that was something that went crazy the other day, and I'm like I said, I'm speculative for me, just because of the fact that this isn't just this is one of the bigger ones, as far as just a straight up ambush on first responders. But there's been other
Right.
stories in the last week of first responders actually getting like mobbed and jumped and shit. So like all
What
that,
the actual fuck?
I'm still doing some other research on some of these other ones. I don't know how like
See,
what
that
the
makes me
particulars
wonder,
are.
like, who were the firefighters that were killed? Because, like, when that whole thing happened with
One is Frank
Trump.
Harwood, and the other one is John Morrison.
Hmm.
And
But
not
I'm
to
like
mention
wondering,
they were from two different fire departments.
hmm So yeah, it's like there doesn't seem to be a clear motive there.
Right? But I will
So
say sleeper cell shit.
possible.
I don't know. I don't know.
Possible.
I'm just saying I'm keeping tabs on all this extra wild crazy shit. Just so I can see. But when they say motive unclear, that just draws attention to me, like, because
Oh,
like he had all that loadout, but there was no like, and
yeah.
he took his own life, so there was no like document that was written about how his life wasn't going very well, and he doesn't, you know what I mean? There was nothing
Yeah.
to so that's why it's kind of one of those like,
KJ had an interesting theory. He said probably failed his firefighter exam and then he like
Well,
lost it and started planning the whole thing.
it says man who killed Idaho firefighters in ambush once aspired to be one.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, if he
Jealousy.
offed himself, are they getting this for it says the sheriff says, but like where did he get that information? Did the dude offed himself? Did he ask him in the afterlife? Did you want to be a
Right.
firefighter, sir? Like, how did he get that
I would
information?
just assume maybe interviews from his family or people who knew him, just digging into his history. Because when stuff like this happens, I mean, they obviously are going to try to look for motive.
Right.
But that's just such a wild. Like, why not light a house on fire? Or, like, why in the middle of the woods? That's crazy.
Right. I hear that. So this one here has been going on, and I don't know about you guys, but it's not 4th of July yet. And on top of that, you can tell the difference of a firework explosion, right? Like,
Absolutely,
we've
yeah.
heard fireworks. These are just random booms, not just in one, but in multiple different states across the country are hearing similar booms. So just check this out and let me know what you guys think.
Word about mother, that's not fireworks, bro. That's not fireworks, bro. Word of my mother, that's not fireworks. That's not fireworks, bro. The sky is orange, bro.
And at first I thought thunder, but like that's a clear sky.
Yeah.
There are no clouds anywhere. And it doesn't sound like thunder.
No, that sounds like artillery.
Right. Now this one here is in New York. This one happened in New York.
What the fuck?
You see, that's not thunder, bro.
No.
Nah. What are these loud booms happening in New York City right now? It ain't no fireworks. What is? Somebody let me know.
I don't know. I
See,
look,
this is.
It's happening all over the country though. Like one was in Kansas. There was another one.
Not fireworks.
I don't even know where the other one was, but the other one was in New York as well. Kentucky was one, I think. New Jersey. Like, there's a bunch of them that are hearing this.
I can attest though that like sometimes, just depending on the weather conditions and like where they're being set off at, fireworks can sound really weird because it was after
believe me,
COVID.
I know. I live right next to the Bills Stadium. I live right next to the Bison Stadium, which is the baseball team. Like, we hear fireworks on a regular, right? And I'm saying we've never heard fireworks sound like that. Like, that doesn't sound like thunder or fireworks.
The one night, like, I went on Facebook Live when it was happening because I used to do Facebook Live all the time when I was in my real estate days. But Ron and I were in the backyard and we started hearing like almost exactly what you hear in that video, and we were tweaking out, and I was like filming, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is it?" Yeah, because it sounded just like that. It sounded like I kept telling him like those are not fireworks, and he is an Army vet, so he knows, what things sound like.
Right.
And
Now
he
listen,
agreed.
I wanted
He was
to
like,
point that out.
but it
when
was.
I said we're off air Friday and y'all doing your thing, be safe. This is one of the reasons why I alluded to that. When I said we're going back to the news, we'll talk. This is what I was talking about, because they might use that sound to mask whatever this sound is.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
But
I'm a stickler for what they call, I don't know if people are familiar with this term, but it's called a litmus test. All right? I think a lot of the stuff that we endure, or a lot of the things that we go through, are litmus tests. And this might be one of those, like, how many people will think that this is fireworks?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
Possible.
That's the type of shit.
I do. Oh my God! Excuse me.
Did your toxic just come out?
What the fuck? No, I'm so sorry. That was very embarrassing. I felt something weird in my throat, and then I just burped. That was weird. That was not normal. Like, normally you can tell when you're gonna burp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was gross. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. But I somebody was posting, like, we have a Ring camera, so we could have this app that is a neighborhood app, and people can post on it like when they hear things or see things think are weird, and then other people will tell them like what it is. And people have been like, "Oh, there's loud booms." I do know people like will oftentimes buy mortars and set those off, and like you won't even necessarily see those because it's just a big freaking boom.
Oh, right.
And I think they're cheaper than fireworks. And people will do that, so it could be something like that. I don't know. I mean, being that it's close to 4th of July, it's exactly like you said, though. It's just kind of like, what a perfect time. It's just like, I always used to have this weird fear of like those haunted houses that you go into and people run up to you with a chainsaw with no chain on it. Because I always thought if some psycho got in there with an actual chainsaw,
right?
It would be just like, okay, it's part of the thing, but it's not. Like,
I mean, in a lot of the horror movies, you see that, right? Like, you see that the person's supposed to be what they think is a play, but then the guy gets stabbed, and they think it's all part of the play, and then homie just kind of crawls off the stage or whatever, and then he actually got stabbed, and nobody even, they're like, yeah, all right, encore, like,
right.
That's the type
it's like,
of shit.
Man, these actors are so good. Look how real that blood looks. Wow, how'd they make that guy's arm look like it just got chopped off? Wait a minute.
Right. I mean, the CGI is great.
Right. That's always kind of freaked me out. And also, like, with fireworks, I've always thought, like, if somebody, it's mostly during like the grand finale, because it's so loud and there's so many explosives going off. It's just like if someone set off an explosive, if someone fired a gun, who would really hear it?
Well, see, that's what I was alluding to, man. The 4th of July, big crowds, right? And I'm just saying, guys, be careful what you're doing. Whatever you decide to go do and enjoy, just be safe. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Other than that, we're gonna break off the news. We're gonna be heading back over into this queue. All right, I got a couple of tracks here right now. I got lined up. Let me see, where was it? We got a K3 first. Then we got this one's Toxic. And then
I heard you. You burped.
I did.
Yes, I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm. I had to join you. I had to join you.
All right, I feel better. I feel less mortified.
I see you said mortified, so I was like, fuck it.
It's just so weird. It's stuck up on me. Like normally, I'll just be like, there. It's not in the air.
The immediate cue right now, K3, toxic and bad conduct's gonna be coming up. I think we have some. Yeah, we do have some drive-by reviews in here. All right, we're gonna start off with a drive-by review. This one is K3, The Things You Do. Coming in from K3. Everybody in the chat, man. Hey, listen, y'all need to lock and load. K3, you better duck.
You have when you find that bitch, and I swear to God there she is. Should've dressed up more than this. More cologne, cleaner kicks, pour 3 Patron down to myself, then go in. Offer 1, 2 to miss. Hey darling, what's your name? Can't say I've seen your face round this bar. How is that still the hardest part of this art? As I start, I bullseye with her heart. Elevate claim, considering I ain't even made my way over to her yet. Am I that vain? The cowardly dog in me, she had the audacity to start to leave. Like, bitch, we haven't even met yet. Can't believe you'd actually be forcing me to forcefully stop the things you do. If a man or two was toyed with you in the past, due to that, I surely cannot blame you for the skepticism. Atheist edition, ain't no almighty God in this division or divinity. Baby, listen, please, the way I'm doing illusion with you and your pussy can call me a fucking magician. Instead of rabbits out of hats, it's that kitty cat out of your bridges. She loves the tricks, but also the treats. Best part about it isn't Halloween. Baby, I see you in that costume, about to get that shit up off you, baby. Quit acting like you don't know. I put a spell on you.
Yeah, that was K3 right there. The Things You Do. That one's gonna get a drive-by review from us up here on Blood and Ones Radio Network. Submom, what you got for this one here from K3?
I'm actually gonna pass it over to you because I'm still typing.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
still.
That's fine.
If that's okay. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Thank you.
For me, quality seems all right. I will say the overall sample that you have here is a little overbearing. I see what you're trying to do here with it. Just it seems a little overbearing for me. You know what I mean? I feel like he could be told to step back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can yell from over there. Not bad though. Overall, I would say about a 4 on this mix. A couple things that could be tweaked, and I know it's still in the mixing phase. I think this is one of the ones I've seen you were working on the live that you had going on. So definitely something you're still working on. Relatability though, I see what you were doing there, and the way you was talking. You know what I'm saying, with the females and all that. Dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with 4s across the board for me. That's gonna be what I got for my score. Excuse me. I know the work progress that this is going through, so that's where I'm at. What do you got, Submom?
All right. Thank you for that.
No, you're good.
I just needed a minute because I was like typing a bunch of shit. So for quality, I really like the sample in this, and I like this whole thing that you're doing. Like, it kind of just sounds like a whole new genre, honestly. Like the blues guitar and everything is like really, it's really dope. I have not heard anything that sounds like this. So, I'm like kind of, now I have to sneeze. I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Gosh, thank you. Um, so I'm kind of like going, right? Oh God, what'd you do?
Motherfuckers need Jesus.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like going back and forth between so many different things on this. I like the choir, I like the pianos, I like the screaming Jay Hawkins. Like it's just crazy. At 2:19-ish, I don't, that's not an exact like timestamp. I was trying to get in there and figure it out, but around there, and then sort of like at the end, there were parts of the sample where his singing, screaming stuff was a little bit like out of key, I felt, almost just slightly. I know you can probably do a lot with that with your setup. So yeah. And then it overall as a song felt a little structurally odd to me. Like we would be like, you'd be rapping but then he'd be going for a little while, and then so to me it's like I felt like I kept I was on a sort of roller coaster, which I think works. I tuned into his stream a little earlier today, and he was kind of lamenting about like, whether he's gonna do an album or like an EP, or like what, just release some singles. I feel like a song like this would work really well on an album. Just because it doesn't need to follow any rules at that point.
Right.
So I don't know if I would necessarily say change that. That's just kind of a comment. So as far as quality, I'm gonna go like a 3.54. I'm somewhere in there.
Okay.
As far as like relatability, I do feel like I kind of agree with what OC was saying, that the sample was a little bit overpowering, and I feel like I was spending so much time trying to figure out where I was like in the song that I was kind of like losing what exactly you were saying. I don't know if that makes sense. Cause like by the time the song was over and I'm like writing all my stuff down, I was like, wait, what was he talking about? And I felt a little confused. But again, it's a totally new sound, and it's like it's just it's an experience for sure. So I would say maybe like a 4. I'd have to go back and listen to it. I'm shaky on that rating though, because like I was getting a little lost mentally in this track, just to be honest. And replayability is a 4. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that's not necessarily a bad thing, and I think it's always a good thing if people want to go, like, if I'm like, hey, I think I'm gonna go back and listen to that again. It's not the first time I've heard it, and I definitely, as soon as it started playing, I didn't mind hearing it again, and I'm like, oh, it's this song, I like this song. So replayability is definitely like a 4. So yeah, I mean, obviously he's not done working on it. But yeah, thanks for bringing it through. I think it's a dope track, and I can't say enough how much I like the sound and the whole vibe of this track because it's just really different.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not heard anything ever before if it sounds like this. So that's really cool. Hell
Facts. Facts. And I apologize, actually. I did have this track up. This one's actually coming in from Hype Man. This one was actually next in the queue. I actually put it back on the other side, so I had to bring it back over. But this one is coming up. It's called Emotion, but I'm not sure if it's actually emotion like that because it's actually spelled in an acronym. So it might mean something else. I don't know. I don't know. Hype Man's coming through, though. This one released on YouTube. So it's a published track. We're going to be doing a vibe check on this one. Let them know in the chat what you guys think and if this one passes the vibe. Let's get it.
When they see you getting money, they get all in their emotions. All big face 100, no limit where we going. Getting money wasn't nothing. All in your feelings not knowing. Better keep that money piling and rolling. And stay out your emotions. Better stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. And stay out your emotions. Better stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Got a lot bottled up inside. Talk about my emotions. Getting on the mic when I'm flowing. About to get the rockin' in the rolling. Gas pack, bro, what we smoking. And I'ma bust it down, roll it up, put it in a stogie. Yeah, and I'm swimming in baby girls fucking ocean. Talk about a flexing homie, man, like Hulk Hogan. Better come correct, man, to get your face broken. Talk about I'm not scared to do it by my lonely. Putting in the work and I know I keep growing. Been through a lot and I've had my heart broken. Dead and gone, I know I'ma be golden. A lot of ups and downs in life to be throwing. Golden, a lot of ups and downs in life to be throwing. When they see you getting money, they get all in their emotions. All big face 100, no limit where we going. Getting money wasn't nothing. All in your feelings not knowing. Better keep that money piling and rolling. And stay out your emotions. Better stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. And stay out your emotions. Better stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. I guess when these haters see me, they see me all in slow motion. Yeah, nigga getting money, tryna ball like Kobe. Funny how these niggas talk about a nigga when them niggas know they owe me. Never let my anger control me. Why these pussy niggas talking down on a nigga like they know me? Ready to meet you, make a nigga show me. Disrespect can get you killed down here. Got money on your neck, get you wet down here. Better check the neighborhood out before you sing set down here. Pussy nigga, we don't pay around here. All that recess, get your ass laid around here. When it come to them games, we don't play around here. We want the money. Y'all keep that fuck shit on that side. These niggas ain't 100. Thinking that we gon' fall for those lies. Nigga better analyze. Don't be surprised. We gon' ride. Get money till we die. When they see you getting money, they get all in their emotions. All big face 100, no limit where we going. Getting money wasn't nothing. All in your feelings not knowing. Better keep that money piling and rolling. And stay out your emotions. Better stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. And stay out your emotions. Better stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. Stay out your emotions. When they see you getting money, they get all in their emotions. All big face 100, no limit where we going. Getting money wasn't nothing. All in your feelings not knowing. Better keep that money piling and rolling.
Yeah, that was Hype Man right there on that one. That one is Dev, D-E-V-V, featuring Hype Man on that one. It's called Emotion. Again, released on YouTube. So go ahead and check him out, the Hype Man on that one. Super dope track.
Yeah.
Super dope track. Up next, believe we have this. Yeah, this one. This one is released again. Another vibes check on this one.
Check.
Yeah, I see this one is maxed out there, Toxic, so I'm going to have to play a little bit more of a DJ on this one and get the voluming right. But
the Velveeta cheese block.
Yeah, he said 808s are going hard. I'm just saying. I'll fix it up for us. It's called Sawbones. Featuring, I'm trying to, Quiet. I think it's Quiet. It's Q-O-I-E-T. Quote.
Q-O-I-E-T. Quote.
I don't know. Look, it's Toxic though. It's a dancing EDM joint. We're gonna see what he's talking about. Let him know if this passes the vibe for y'all. Let's get it.
Get out of my head! Put a knife in my back when you had a shot. I say, put a knife in my back when I had a shot. Everything we done, everything we done, since we started. Reflection, my pressure, restriction, fire and lava, burning to catch you. My pressure, restriction, fire and lava, burning to catch you.
Pass me the bonsai, boy. Pass me the bonsai, boy.
That is Sawbones from Toxic on that one there. Yeah, I was seeing anime fights. I don't know about you. I was
seeing dinosaurs fighting transformers and me getting piercings and tattoos and shaving my hair off.
Wow. Wow.
I was having
I was
a
getting
moment.
flashes of like Dragon Ball Z, and then it went over into like some Bleach, and then went over into like a bunch of other shit happened.
Wow.
It was just fighting.
So you turned into a nerd real quick.
For a little bit. For a little bit.
I was going back to my Scene Kid days. You were doing anime stuff. Yeah.
It was fun. That was
Pokemon.
fun. Hey man, that's Toxic right there. Big shout out though for that one. Definitely a vibe check right there. We got this one coming up from Bad Conduct. We also have some Slump in this mix as well. Let me see if we have. Where did it go? I'll have to find it. We got Bad Conduct, though. This one is a drive-by review. So everybody in the chat, lock and load. All right? Bad Conduct coming up with a... You got a question for us. Well? All
right.
I mean, hey, we'll find out. Hey, Bad Conduct, you better duck.
What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? Or personas warring? Would they be boring? What are your walls supporting? What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? Or personas warring? Would they be boring? What are your walls supporting? I've killed myself enough, not giving a fuck, running amok, the sound of bad conduct, stuck in a rut. Fuck,
My thoughts are grey and jaded, razor blade scars faded, burn my pages, tasteless tests, my patience have a rage fit. Throw the town and quit so I can have it on my list of failed accomplishments. It's like you think I gave a shit, there's no escaping it, my brain is sick, it's just the way it is and I am fucking sick of it. I need to be escaping it, there's no escaping it. What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? All personas warring, would they be boring? What are your walls supporting? What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? All personas warring, would they be boring? What are your walls supporting?
Yeah, that's bad conduct right there. That is that is a whip. It's a work in progress. We're gonna get a drive-by review on this one. So, Mom, what you thinking about this one?
All right. So for quality, I really liked the mix. It sounded good. I could hear it's just what's wild with bad conduct is like he has I'm just gonna be honest, you have a very thick accent, but I can still always hear everything that you're saying, and I appreciate that. I think that takes skill, and it always stands out from the beat, and like he's just whatever he's doing it right. So I have a 5. I have a 5 for the mix because I really just have no comments there. As far as relatability, dude, I love how most of his lyrics they touch on some like tough shit, and this one I feel like is another one of these ones that goes political without going too far. Like we don't really know his stance. He's sort of just kind of questioning the whole basic social construct that we all adhere to day, and like that's some deep shit. Like that's like it's just very, I mean, I love it. I don't know how else to say that because anybody could listen to this and anybody could relate to this. It's super relatable. So that's a 5. And replayability for me is also going to be a 5. Like this was a short track. But the mix was good and the lyrical meat and potatoes was there, and it's just really a really good job. So 5s across the board.
Right. I got you. See, I that's what I was saying, bad conduct on my review. I was saying that it does seem a little bit raw in the vocals. And not like completely, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's some things that are added to it right now, but I think it was lacking some stuff, you know what I'm saying? In the essence of brightening the track more. It's not bad as it is, no, not at all. But yeah, I was gonna say for me, I was at like a 4, 3.5, 4-ish for the quality, because I can see where that you know what I'm saying, that process that bad conduct has. I can see where there might be some things added to this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's what I was gonna take from it. I thought it was more of a, you know, I thought this might have been more of a sketch too, just based off what I was hearing. It's not bad though at all. Super dope. Yeah, I'm in that 3.5, 4 for the quality, but the rest is gonna be at a 5 for me. I think, you know, whatever you have planned, definitely want to hear it. That was bad conduct. We have Slump C coming in. This one is going to conclude the playlist that we have here in the queue. This one is Someone in Life from Slump C. This one is released. It is a vibe check. You feel me? So we're going to just vibe out to it. Let them know if this passes the vibe check. Let's get it.
Remember
that was Slump C right there. Someone in life right there. That was Slump C. That's going to conclude our queue. Big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to everybody that slid through and submitted tracks. Again, everybody that hung out with us during the news segments that we had and all the different articles that we went over. Big shout out to you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Again, Tuesday night on the Korner Konvo podcast. We are not going to be live on Friday. We will not be out here on Friday to be able to do any of the drive-by reviews or vibe checks. So make sure you guys slide through Sunday, because Sunday night is the Battle by the Bonfire.
Battle by the Bonfire.
All right. Hey, we got 2 winners coming through. All right.
Yep.
No wild card. If you guys catch up on the July breakdown, you'll find out when the wild cards come through, so you have that extra chance of being able to lock in a spot. But with that being said, Sunday at 7 p.m., Battle by the Bonfire. We will be out here doing Song of the Night. So if you guys think you have what it takes, bring them downtown and let us know. Let us know. So, Mom, you got anything, man? It's a great show. Great show tonight. You got anything to tap into or shout out?
Yeah,
real quick?
Great show. Just remember, guys, to join up on the Discord. I forgot to put the link in there, but I'll do that right now. Join up in Discord. We're looking for another host. So if you think that you have what it takes, please, just tap in on Discord. It's under show schedule, right?
Yeah, the show schedule tab. Yep.
Yeah, so check out the show schedule chat. Blah, 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 blah. Show. I can't say that. Oh
show
God.
schedule.
Show
channel.
schedule tab channel whatever, and put your inputs into the little form that we have there, so that we know that you're interested. And as the days wear on, we're gonna keep checking back to that. And when we have a good little swath of applicants, we will review all of them and give you guys all a chance to join us up here. And looking forward to adding another voice to our team, another person that can give you guys feedback and input on your tracks, and just a new friend. Like hell yeah, that's what it is. So
yeah, I hear that. Other than that, man, y'all take care on the 4th, and again, make sure you guys be safe. Whatever you're doing out there, just be safe doing it. You know what I'm saying? We hope to see everybody on Sunday that is here tonight, and anybody that is tapping in on the replay. That includes you as well. Slide through Sunday. What's up?
What's the show date that we refer people to when they ask about what happened? Is that was it the June 17th Tuesday?
Give me 1 second. I can find it. So that one is going
Slump
to
asked.
be.
So it's just I said Slump asked in the chat. I think it's just easier for us to kind of just direct you to that replay and that show to kind of witness it yourself, because we don't want to push the narrative or have a narrative up here.
Right.
We appreciate everybody who comes to our show, and we
pretty sure it's the
acknowledge 17th. Okay, so yeah, check the June 17th show. Just watch it, and I think you'll understand. We don't want to put thoughts in anybody's heads, and we appreciate the fact that our audience is free thinkers. So you could just review that show and kind of see why things went the way that they did. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, big shout out to everybody in Blood and One's Mafia. Do me a solid, smash the thumbs up if you haven't, and tap the shares when we go live. Let everybody know where we at. You know what I'm saying? We all out here hanging out together. Bring in some more people. You feel me? Other than that, we got the subscriber goal getting closer by the day. All right. That might have a different stipulation to it now too, with just the 2 of us up here. We might have to talk about that in the background and figure out a new thing. Cause are we still gonna try just the 2 of us gonna do a thing from
the 500 thing?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
know.
We'll figure something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, look, I have contingencies. I just got to go over them with people. I don't like to just
Right.
implement shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? We a team up here, so
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, man, big shout out to you guys. Salute, happy 4th to everybody. We won't see you guys on the 4th, but we'll see you after. You know what I'm saying? So again, salute to you guys. Make sure you guys have a great time. But overall, be fucking safe. Big shout out though to you. This is Sub Mom. I'm OC Kush, Blunt Ones Radio Network. We out this motherfucker. Have a great night.
Yo, this is K3. Yo, it's your boy T1D.
Hey, it's your boy Weirdo.
Hey, it's your girl G Josepina.
What's up? This is Orc Raps.
Hey, it's Siren.
Yo, this is Bad Conduct, and you're about to grab a motherfucking seat, and you're tuned into the Blunted Ones Radio Network.
Power podcast and music is definitely here, bro.